Hi everybody, welcome to Black Moon Goddess Intuition. Um, this is part of the Personal Power series. I get a lot of questions about how do you take your personal power back? How do you know if you're giving it away? How to stop giving it away? And how to basically hone in and trust your intuition. Okay, you have to know internally that you are ready for this change. It's not something that for the light of heart. It's not something that is going to rectify overnight. It's something that is a lifestyle. Like, this is a lifestyle. To take your personal power back, hold it and keep it, and not feel drained, burnt out, guilt, shame, feel like you're betraying tradition or yourself for that matter, because your lower self is telling you that it's safe to be in this lower vibration, and your higher self is steady urging you to trust in me, believe in me. You know what I mean? But it's hard because you have scars of betrayal. You've been hurt before. Every time you've stepped out of your comfort zone, you've been chastised or hurt, and so it's built scar tissue on your spirit, on your soul, on your mind. So your ego is telling you, hey, stay here, it's safe. And your higher self is telling you, no, trust me, believe in me, follow my lead, I will guide you. So in order to take your personal power back, it's simple. You have to set boundaries. You have to set boundaries with yourself. You have to set boundaries with people in your environment. In order for you to know if you're giving your personal power back, if you feel like you're really doing something that doesn't feel right internally, hone into your body, tune into yourself. Don't make rash decisions, right? You have to take that energy and go within, right? This is even if you have to be like, well, let me think about it. You know what I mean? Not necessarily a strong no offhand, but sometimes you know. You have to trust your intuition and know that you're safe now, right? You're in a safe place and you're being divinely guided to do what is best for you in this moment and in this time. You've been feeling this for a long time. You've been getting urges and thoughts, and things aren't working right for you, and you just want to feel whole on the inside. Everything in your life may be going according to plan. Your business may be thriving. Your family is prosperous. You may have all of these great things going on in the physical world, but your internal world is crumbling. It's hard to try and keep it up and do it with a smile on your face. And that's because you're betraying your own self and not moving according to your own personal soul vibration. You've adapted the vibrations of those people and those energies, people, places, and things around you. The places that you go, your work environment could put you in an energy of sheltering yourself and making sure that you do everything right and by the book, so they can see your worth. On the side note of that, you're also doing this to prove your worth to yourself, because maybe you've been overlooked for a promotion before, or maybe in your relationships you've been cheated on before, or you've been overlooked for someone else, and this is making you feel like something's wrong with you. Maybe you've been betrayed by people that you've had in your circle for a very long time, and you're thinking to yourself, how did I not see this? But yet you're steady going and going and going and going, and not taking time to process and release what it is. This is how you're giving away your power. Take that power back and learn from your current situation. It's not about what happens, it's how you filter it and how you process it and the lessons that you learn within it. That is how you gain your personal power. It's to know that you are safe to be who you are truly, and honor yourself each and every day, each and every moment. Know that you are divinely guided to blossom into the person that you really and truly want to be. And that is your most authentic self, vibrating on the highest vibration that your soul can muster. Right? So how do you do this, Black Moon, you say? It's simple. Well, not necessarily simple. I'm not going to say it's simple. But you really have to go in and face yourself. You have to put all of your shit on the line and be like, look, I've been doing this for so long. and I keep getting up and down results. Why? Go through each and every aspect of your life. What is the most pressing thing for you right now? Is it that your relationship isn't the way you want it to be, but everything else is great? Is it that your business is thriving, but it's killing you to keep it that way? Is it that you personally feel like you're an imposter in your own life, like you don't really deserve everything that you have, so you continue to work to prove to yourself that you do deserve it, because at any moment it can be taken away from you? These are things that you need to forgive yourself for and move up out of that vibration. Why do you feel that way? Have you been this way for a long time? Is it something that you were taught that you had to work yourself to death to achieve stability and achieve success? What is it? Is it that you've been shown examples throughout your life where relationships just didn't work and that's just the way it's supposed to be, so you have to work harder and harder to prove that you are of value and of worth for you not to get dogged or dragged? You know what I mean? Again, that comes with setting those personal boundaries. To take your personal power back, it's to say, hey, I do deserve better. I'm going to get better. I'm not going to settle for the breadcrumbs that you're giving me. You can step and I can get me better. I can do bad by myself. And when you take these steps, it may seem scary. It may seem scary, but at the end of the day, you have to know that you are guided and you are protected to do these steps. That's why these things aren't working out for you. Your spirit is in the process of ascending to a higher level, to a higher consciousness, to a higher awareness, to a higher vibration. Your spirit, your body, your energy can no longer contain this low vibration. You're killing yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. And all the while you're suffering in silence, thinking that if I don't speak about it and I just keep doing and doing and doing, I'm going to get me on the back end. No. You put yourself on the forefront. You no longer put yourself on the back burner for someone else's comfort, someone else's success, someone else's dreams. Not to make anyone else feel comfortable. By you compromising your own, by betraying your own self and not listening to your intuition, you are giving your power to that person, saying, hey, here, you have control over this part of my life. And once they have that control and you give it away, they will use and abuse it. That's why things don't happen the way they're supposed to happen. That's why things fall through. This is why you feel tired, why you feel like you're in this endless cycle of proving yourself and obligation to each and everything and each and everybody but yourself. I know the feeling that one day when you sit down and you have that time to yourself, the very rare chances that you get to have silence and me time, you sit and you think, everybody benefits from me but me. What do I get for myself? Do I get time to just chill and relax and not do nothing without someone calling my phone, hitting my line, beating my mind up, beating my heart up, beating me up to do something, to solve a problem, to listen to them? And then when you have that problem, you can't find somebody to vent with, to trust with your secrets. So you hold them inside and you have no one to bounce them off of but yourself. Well, you can do that with yourself. You can heal yourself of all of these afflictions, of all of these patterns, of all of these cycles. You just have to forgive yourself and appreciate where you are and learn from your current circumstance. Learn from where you are. Look at where you are. Look at what you don't like. Look at where you want to be. How does it feel if you didn't have this obligation? Is it a real obligation of yours? Is this something that you've been dealing with since you can remember? Or is this something that you brought into your life recently? And why? Are there things that are coming up from your past that are hitting you a little differently and making you think about certain things and certain actions in your life, and you're feeling the shame and guilt and regret? And yet these things keep popping up. This same energy pops up in a different person, in a different place, in a different scenario. And you keep getting hit and bombarded with these things, but you keep going. You keep going. You keep going, because one day it's going to work itself out. But your burnout is coming sooner than your workout. You understand me? It's time to let go of obligation. It's time to let go of this false identity that you have to be every woman, every man, for everybody all the time and do it right for them. Making sure that everybody else is comfortable. Making sure that everybody else feels at ease at your expense. You have this time to let go of that identity. That's a false identity. You deserve better. You deserve better. Your soul design, your soul vibration wants more. You are in a place of transformation, of change, of evolution. Maybe your business is going through a change since COVID. Maybe you've had to make some adjustments and it's not what you're used to. And you're resisting that change because it's not what you're used to, and you're projecting a failure upon yourself. Believe in the changes that you're making that you will achieve because they've been brought to your awareness for a reason. Trust your intuition. Know that it's safe to trust your intuition. Know that it's safe to let go of that negative narrative that this isn't going to work out. Keep it small because that's where it's safe. We know how this works. There's levels to everything in life. There's levels to your business. There's levels to your relationships. There's levels to your spiritual consciousness and awareness. There's levels to your soul vibration. What vibration are you on? Are you vibrating on the low end? Do you fluctuate between low and middle? Or do you fluctuate between low and high and there is no middle ground? It's either one extreme or the other. Do you straddle the fence and keep it so-so? You're not going way, way down to the low end, but you're not stepping out of your comfort zone enough to take a risk onto the higher plane of things. Okay? There's a duality in everything that we do. Everything is a sliding scale. Everything is a up and low vibration, polarity, right? Like they say, there's a thin line between love and hate. Yes, there's a thin line between love and hate. There's a thin line between helping and doing, right? Someone calls you and says, hey, I need your help. You're like, oh man, I just laid down. I just got off work. It's long. I'm tired. They're like, come on, man, I need you. And then you be like, okay, you give in. What is it that you need? What is it that I can do for you? Right? Because you're that capable person. You're the person that they know can help them. You're that person that is reliable and dependable. Right? So of course they feel like they have confidence in the advice that you give, or the remedy that you provide, the antidote that you give, the information, the jewels that you possess to help them out of their situation, right? But you don't understand that this is an energetic frequency and you're giving away your power if it's not truly your problem. And I hate to say this, but if it's not truly your problem and it's something that they need to actually figure out for themselves, because you have those people, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's your children, whoever, that's just really, really needy, and they're forever giving their authority to you, as in help me, fix me, solve me, right? And you react. You don't think about, is this really my problem? Am I serving them better by helping them, fixing them, solving their problem? Or is it better giving them advice or showing them a way to do it for themselves? And if they choose to accept that assignment and do it for themselves, all better for them. They ascend, they learn something, they become more self-sufficient and confident in themselves, and you still have helped your community, your environment, you've done your due diligence, but you haven't expended your own personal energy to do so, right? And then I'm not talking about giving them a play-by-play, moment-by-moment, holding their hand. You give them a broad idea and you let them dissect it for themselves as to the best course of action of what you gave them. This is how you hold your power. This is how you expand your energy, and this is how you have time for yourself. You're not going anywhere and taking them somewhere. You're not staying on the phone with them for hours and hours and hours trying to get a solution for them. You're giving them some jewels from something, some wisdom that you know. Excuse me. You're giving them wisdom, and they can find the knowledge and the strategy within your wisdom, right? Also, when you start doing these things, and you start asserting yourself in this way, you're gonna have feelings that come up that you feel like you're betraying these people. You're feeling guilt for not taking the action that you would usually take, or that they would expect you to take. You need to recognize that part of you. Be like, yes, I understand how you feel, but you're not serving them by doing XYZ for them. You are serving them better by giving them wiggle room and not giving them a play-by-play. And you're conserving your energy for the things that you may need. That self-love, that self-care. Even if it's, like I said, sitting around doing nothing. If it's reading a book, if it's meditating, actually having time to dedicate to a personal spiritual practice or routine. You know? They don't want me to get the message out. It's coming. Okay? Understand the duality of everything that happens, that you experience in your life. There's a time and a place and a season and a level and a frequency for everything. When you know it's against your higher self, when everything in you is telling you, no, do not do this. Even if it is what you were used to doing, even if it's a pattern that you have accepted, even if it's something that you've encrypted into your own spiritual DNA, onto your frequency, because you've known this as a hack or a trick to get you by an XYZ situation. And now your higher self is telling you, no, we can't. We no longer can do this action. We no longer can participate in this type of energy. And you're like, but yeah, if I step out of that and I don't, then they're going to judge me. They're not going to like me. They're going to feel that I'm like this, or I'm being like this. Understand that is where they are on your journey, and you are being urged to hone and take back what is yours. Your personal power, that's your birthright. That is your birthright. Nobody can give it to you, and nobody can take it away. Only you can give it away, and you can take it back. Energy does not disappear. It transmutes. It ascends, or it descends, or it transmutes, which means it changes. Sometimes you have karmic patterns that you were born with that you may not understand. Like, this is just something that I've always been like this since I was a child. That means that you were born into this life with that karmic cycle. Hi. You know what I mean? That's something that you need to explore within yourself. Is this something that is serving you now? Does this hold true to your soul pattern now? Your energy, your frequency that you are in this life? You understand? You can journal, you can audio record, you can meditate, you can do all of these things to hone in on your own personal frequency, your own soul vibration. You can feel it in your body, literally. You can feel energy in your body. This is science, quantum physics. You can feel this in your body. Everybody has an energy frequency. Have you ever been someplace or been around some people and you're just kicking it, having a normal conversation, but once you leave out of that energy field and you go home, you feel super drained for no reason, and you haven't done anything exerting any energy, but just being around these people or in this place has drained you? That's that energy being sucked out of you, or being drained from your energy field, and people usurp that. Sometimes knowingly, sometimes unknowingly. Hi. You know what I mean? So in order to hone and own your personal power, you have to trust that you are being guided to a safe place, a better place, spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Thank you. So in order for that to happen, again, you have to set these boundaries and these parameters. First with yourself. What are you not going to tolerate from yourself anymore? What energy have you been in? What way, what energy, what vibration have you been in lately that has manifested in your reality? Because we are the co-creators of our reality with spirit, are we not? Divinity, however you see it. Your higher self. A lot of us carry around that child that was hurt or damaged or scarred, that teenager person that was hurt, damaged or scarred, and that adult person that was hurt, damaged or scarred. And these are the three personalities that we hold within us. We try to protect that baby, that inner child to not be hurt, not feel abandoned, not be scarred anymore. We also guard and protect that adolescent us, that one that was going through the growing pains, that awkward phase in life. Right? And we also protect who we are now. And as an adult, we are not going to this is not going to happen because of said past things. We build these walls. We build towers, and it's thick. And it's so thick that we become a victim of our own creation, right? We block ourselves in, we build these walls, we build these tunnels, these escape hatches, and these little antidotes to get us through, to hack the system so we don't feel the pain, we don't feel the hurt, we don't let the betrayal scar us, so we say. But that's not what's happening. While you're thinking that you're protected behind these walls, behind these antidotes, behind this thought pattern, behind this encryption, you're really defeating yourself because you're not leaving room for your higher self, for your true power to come in. Instead, you're protecting what you have left because you feel like if you let that go, you will have nothing left and you will be truly broken inside. And you want no one to know this. No one can know the effect that they have on you. No one can know that they hurt you the way they've hurt you. Right? But in all of that coming together, you're hurting yourself. And your higher self is crying out to you in this moment, in this time. Listen to me. Trust me. I have your back. You're safe. Right? So I ask you to take the time right now with me. Tune into yourself and find out what is pressing on your heart right now. What's pressing on your energy right now? Is it a relationship with your parents? Is it a relationship with your children? Is it the relationship that you have with spirit? Do you feel like you've been betrayed in some way? Are you betraying yourself? Do you feel like your intuition be off because you have been betrayed? And how can you trust it because you trusted it to believe in this person or this situation or this this time to act or not, and it failed you? What is it within you right now that you can say that, hey, this is something that has been going around and around and around in my frequency? What is the anomaly right now that is pressing to the forefront? Is it that you're just tired of doing for everyone and everything? Everybody gets a piece of you but you? Are you tired of feeling like everybody has control of your life but you are not in this driver's seat? Is it the fact that, hey, your business or your career is thriving, but you deserve more? You're not getting paid what you're worth. You're not being seen for the brilliance that you have. You have to continue to steady prove just to get the little bit that you have. Is it that you continually feel that you have to work your ass off to keep and sustain what you have? Yeah. right? Why do you feel like you're not divinely guided? Why do you feel like you're not supported? Why do you feel like your intuition is your enemy when it's not? What story are you telling yourself that is keeping you in this safe place? Staying small is safe. Stay here. Venture out a little bit. Tiptoe. Test the waters instead of being brazen and fearless about your dreams, about your goals, about the respect that you deserve, about the love that you deserve, about the pay that you deserve. Right? About the respect that you deserve for yourself. Or is it that do you have a continuous negative loop about the things that you want to do, about the joys and about what brings you joy? Is it telling yourself, "Oh, don't feel like that. Don't think like that. That's selfish. What will so and so think? How will so and so feel?" You know? Is it, "Oh my gosh, we can't do that because the last time we ventured out into this type of energy, we got smacked and smited"? Is it moment to moment you're walking on eggshells in your own life, but everybody else sees you as this miraculous person, but they don't know the pain that you're going through inside, right? Thoughts just do back to yourself. Right. What is it? And once you get that feeling, and once that thought comes in, and once that narrative, that story that you've been sitting in comes to mind, what have you been telling yourself? I've got to work hard. That's the only way I'm going to achieve it. I got to compromise because that's the only way I'm going to achieve it. I have to settle because that's the only way I'm going to get what I want. My feelings don't matter, or I'm going to get what I need on the back end. If I do this for them, then they'll see that I'm worthy of the same treatment back. What story are you living in? What identity are you living in? What lifestyle are you living in? Because the identity that you have adopted, that you have encrypted, that you've been living, that's the lifestyle that you've been living. You've been living the lifestyle of a worker bee when you're really the CEO of the company. You've been living the life of a peasant when you're really royalty. You've been living the life of an apprentice when you're really the master. You know what I mean? You've been living the life of the slave, and you're the master. You've been putting yourself on this low end of the totem pole instead of seeing yourself where you're really supposed to be and anchoring that in, acknowledging it and saying that it's okay for me to feel like this because it is. It's okay for me to have these dreams and achieve these goals for me. Not because I'm supposed to, because mom and dad said I'm supposed to. Growing up around all this abuse, your thoughts just go back into yourself. It maybe these we live with these lies. These are our own personal skeletons. These are our own personal demons. And this is where your personal power goes. This is how people are easily able to come in and pull you in every direction but the one that's right for you. This is how you become out of alignment. Taking your personal power back is a lifestyle choice. This is something that you have to do from moment to moment. Every decision, every thought, every emotion. It's not something for the lighthearted. It's not something that you can do just here and there. This is something that you must do and be diligent and determined to yourself not to settle, not to break these agreements to yourself, right? You're no longer going to feel guilty for wanting what you want. You're no longer going to let somebody else project onto you what they feel is right for you. Nobody can tell you how to do you wrong. Nobody. But you. And then you're lying to yourself, and your higher self will tell you your personal power will vibrate so hard within you to a point where you have no choice but to make that change. You'll feel it once you start tuning in and trusting your intuition and asserting these boundaries and changing your thought process and going through, hey, maybe I was brought up like this, maybe I was taught this, maybe this was imprinted onto me from a child or whatever, what have you, from experience or whatever, or from what people have told me. Instead of thinking for yourself and feeling for yourself, does this align with my frequency? Is this elevating my frequency or bringing my frequency down? You understand me? You dig me? To flower and blossom into your true, authentic, and divine self, you have to take risk. You have to believe that you are not your current situation. This is not the way it's supposed to be. You are not supposed to, and you want internal peace. You want to have control over your life. You want to have control over your thoughts, your emotions, your movements, your flow. You don't want to feel like you are obligated to do X, Y, Z for Susie, Jane, and Laura, Harry, Rakim, and Shabazz. You don't want to do that. You want to move for you. What is good for me? How does this feel for me? And let me tell you something. You know when something's wrong and you've been in the wrong cycle because your body will tell you. You'll get aches and pains out of nowhere. Be perceptive. Always be tuned in. Honor yourself. Always. This is how you hone in your personal power. This is how you take your personal power back from what you have dispersed out, what you have given away. In order for you to be more in tune with yourself, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to put your bullshit on the line. Be completely and truly honest with yourself. Create a safe space for yourself, within yourself, to yourself, with yourself. Right? Because a lot of us, I'm going to be honest with you, we're scared. We don't want to face ourselves. We don't want to be like, yeah, you go for this type of, you go for unavailable men because you go for married men or emotionally unavailable men because at the end of the day, you feel like, oh, well, they're just going to fuck me over anyway. So if you go into it saying, well, I know that they got this person or I know that they got that person, you're selling yourself short saying that I don't deserve better. Like, this is just what it is, and this is how it's going to be. Instead of saying, no, I'll wait. I'll be single. I'll do this on my own. And when the right person comes to me, I will know. Instead of selling yourself short for the sake of saying, I'm in a relationship or I have somebody or whatever a case may be. Whatever lower vibration that you're feeding into, you're strengthening on that level. Instead of saying, putting yourself first and saying, I'm not going to settle for this bullshit. And I'm going to move beyond this because I deserve better. I'm going to get better. And that's what I'm going to do because it's for me. I'm going to do what's best for me. I'm not going to stay in this toxic place because it benefits them. Because that's what's happening. It's benefiting them, but it's not benefiting you. You want to take that power back. You want to take back the invitation to those people, that energetic invitation that you've put out to the universe saying, hey, this is the way I'm used to it being, so this is the way it has to be. No. Understand that you have a bigger purpose. You're not supposed to carry all of the bags of everybody. That's not your soul. That's not the vibration that's going to help you elevate. That's not the vibration of your higher self. That's not the one that's going to let you see all of the infinite possibilities that you can possess and manifest in your life. You know? Do you want to create balance of home, work, and spirituality? Do you want to have more time for your children and have a profitable business? Do you want to have more time to spend with yourself and God and your spirituality, but family's always pulling on you, or your mate is always pulling on you, or your job is always pulling on you? Do you want to be able to create this space within your life so every day feels like a fluid day, no matter what comes into your energy field? If instead of your frequency dropping with every inflection meaning those things that happen within life, because life happens, it's gonna happen. That's just the design of this plane here, of this simulation. Things are going to happen, right? But it's saying that letting things come in and go out as needed. It's not holding on to everything. It's forgiving yourself so that you can move past these things. This is how you hone your personal power. This is how you trust your intuition. This is how you allow yourself to be able to be free within yourself. This is that inner peace. This is that raising of that vibration. And then all of a sudden you have to realize, hey, I should have did this a long time ago. This is not my problem. Love people from a distance. You know? Love yourself utterly and completely. Love yourself for the mistakes you've made. Love yourself for the triumphs that the successes that you've achieved. Love yourself for the things that you haven't been sure about. And love yourself for how far you've come. Take the time to actually see how far you've come, the things that you have achieved within yourself, within your environment, within your family, within your relationships. Appreciate the struggle. Learn from where you are. Learn that you have come from A to B, and now you're going to X, Y, Z. You want to make that quantum leap within your energy field, within your soul's vibration. You want to vibrate on what your birthright soul vibration is. You have been an imposter. You've been lying to yourself. You've been thinking that the way that things have been going is the way you're supposed to do it, because that's what you've been doing for so long, and it has worked up until now. Now it's not working anymore because you are in a process of evolution. It's saying that you have spent your personal power, and it's time to replenish it. It's time to bring it back in. It's time to hone everything that is you and celebrate it and honor it. This is no longer putting yourself on the back burner. This is no longer living your life because for other people. This is no longer continuously doing and working yourself to the bone, thinking that that's how you're going to achieve the greatness and manifest the greatness that you want. There's a strategy, there's a frequency to everything that we do. Everything is energy. Nothing is truly solid in this world. There's an energy on money. There's a frequency on relationships. There's a frequency on self-worth. There's a frequency on manifesting reality. You have to know the equation so that you can jump on that frequency. You got to know the math. You got to know your own soul's spiritual math, the equation that you were born with to help you succeed and excel in this lifetime. We were all born with a frequency. And to achieve your greatest and ultimate possibilities, you have to hone and own your most authentic, true, and divine self. And that's not letting anyone else project onto you what it is that you should feel, think, or do. This is you not encrypting into your own frequency things that are lies and deception to help you get through, instead of doing what you need to do for yourself on a higher level, taking these leaps of faith, stepping out of your comfort zone, being a maverick, being brazen, being out there, shining your light, being that beacon of light for yourself so that you can be that for your environment. It's not being every place, all the time. for everyone, right? And I'm just going to single this out for a minute because I feel like I'm going to speak from my demographic. I'm a black woman. In today's society, black women are supposed to be seen as they want us to have the same drive and move the same way as men do. And when we embrace our femininity or our sexuality, we are degraded. We are looked down upon. We are not taken seriously. We are overlooked. You know what I mean? And so us as black women, we are carrying the struggle of our ancestors, our lineage, of our demographic, and of our personal selves. The standards we set for ourselves. And if you're a professional woman, you're out here in corporate America, you're an entrepreneur, you own your own business, you're in management, you're of someone of in a leadership role in your life, it's double fold. And a lot of black women don't have an outlet to be able to let all of their burdens down and feel safe to do so without judgment or ridicule or being afraid that their vulnerability will be used against them. Right? So a lot of times our love is taken for granted. We are betrayed by our family, our friends, our employers, our children. But we keep going, thinking that, hey, I'm going to make it better for them, and they'll see that I'm worthy of their love, of their trust, of their loyalty. You know what I mean? By being that matriarch, that head, that leader. You're thinking that you believe that also taking on their baggage and holding that is going to show them that you are capable. Instead of knowing that you are capable, even if you tell them, hey, do this shit for yourself. Saying no and meaning it. And not feeling guilty for saying no. For doing for yourself when you know that you need to. Okay? Forgive yourself for lying to yourself. Forgive yourself for being in this loop, in this narrative, in this pattern, in this karmic cycle. Trust your intuition now, what it's telling you now, and it's urging you to move forward, to push past your current situation, to see the infinite possibility of the creation of your divine life, so that you can be in control of your emotions, first and foremost, so you're no longer an emotional puppet, right? No one can project onto you guilt, and therefore it runs a mental loop as to your worth, your self-worth, and what you deserve, and how you should go about getting what you deserve, or how what you deserve should come to you, right? Which then puts you in an energy of not trusting your intuition because, hey, I did, and that's not what happened. This is trusting your intuition and believing in it. You have to believe in the magnitude of the power that you hold to manifest your reality, to manifest your life, the ease of your life, right? So this path, this journey that we're on is not, again, it's not for the lighthearted. And it's not a quick fix. This is something that this is a lifestyle. This is not your spiritual growth, your spiritual ascension, your life, your reality. This is a lifestyle. The reality that you live each and every day, moment to moment, decision to decision, emotional reaction to emotional reaction. Each cause and effect. It's a lifestyle choice. And in order to keep it and sustain it without killing yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, and so you're not walking around like a zombie dead inside and just steady doing like a machine, you have to calibrate the energies of your life. You have to get rid of the anomalies and integrate into your vibration those things that are going to raise your vibration, instead of calibrating and integrating those energies that are going to lower it or keep you stagnant. Right? At the end of the day, you are the director of your life. You are the alchemist. You are the apothecary of your life. Whether you sink or swim is up to you. I know a lot of you are like, "Oh my gosh, you make it sound like it's just do it. Just do it." Yes, you have to make that first step, and the first step is committing to yourself that this is something that you want. This is something that you deserve. This is something that you need, outside of what anybody else feels, thinks, or taught you. This is you coming to that place within yourself that you're no longer going to live in this negative narrative. You're no longer going to suscept yourself to these negative and false self-beliefs. This is being the hero or the heroine of your own story, instead of the victim or the sidekick. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I feel like the most important thing to take from this lesson today, this message today, is to honor yourself. Honor yourself, love yourself, respect yourself, and forgive yourself, and move on. Let go of the negative narrative. Think about what lies you've been telling to yourself. What loop have you been stuck in? What cycle have you been stuck in for as long as you can remember that is keeping you stagnant, that's making you feel like you are less than? What is making you feel like you are not living up to who you really are? What is making you feel inauthentic? What actions have you been doing? What role have you been assuming? What stories have you been telling yourself that you know is a lie? Because you know. I invite you to start the process. I invite you to cross that threshold of and shed everything and purge it all. I urge you to step in front of the mirror and look at yourself butt booty ass naked and know that you are safe, that you are divinely guided, and you deserve greatness. And you don't have to work hard and kill yourself to achieve it. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone. You've already done that. You're successful. You have the accolades to show it. You just need to prove that within yourself, to say you don't have to fight anymore. You no longer have to prove anything to anyone but yourself. The only thing you have to prove to yourself is that you are worthy, and that the things that you want, need, and desire are yours to have the way you want them, on your terms. Living life on your terms is your birthright. No one can live your life for you. So how can they tell you what is right? What feels right for you? What doesn't cause you any stress? What doesn't cause you any anxiety? What just flows? What has worked for you in the past that isn't working for you now, and why? What are you feeling now that is blocking that energy from working for you now? Okay? So I would invite you to drop me a comment if this video resonates with you, if you understand what I'm saying, if you are in this cycle of proving yourself, if you're in this cycle of obligation, if you want to have a better understanding and a closer walk with your higher self and divinity, and you want to show up in your life as your most authentic divine self, if you want to stop settling for safety and go for the whole kit and caboodle, if you're tired of sitting on the sidelines of your own life and you want to take control and be in the driver's seat and manifest the greatness that you know that you deserve, drop me a comment. Hit me on my IM or my DM, and I can work with you. I can show you how I did it, and I can show you how I've shown countless others to do it as well. There's a time and a place and a season in this now. If you are not dedicated to your own self-worth, your own wealth container, your own evolution, your own growth, your own ascension, nobody else will be. Because what you eat, don't make them shit. And what they eat, don't make you shit. That means you own your life. What you do for you is for you and you only. If you want to learn how to deal with stress and how to set healthy boundaries and how to even let go even, drop me a comment. Work with me. I can show you how. Take the time to believe in yourself. Know that you deserve better, and know that you deserve it now, not later, not when there's a perfect moment. Every moment is the perfect moment to honor yourself, to create what you want, to be authentic, and to love who you are. That is flaws, quirks, and all. Okay? Thank you very much for joining me again on Black Moon Goddess Intuition. You guys have a blessed week, a day, night, life. Remember, honor yourself. Understand the magnitude of the power that you hold to create the destiny that you want, the reality that you deserve. Peace.